So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you listen to this. This is Match Bailey alongside my critic and partner in crime, Ricardo Medina.
Hola, hola.
And this is our second annual, I guess, Oscar special, where
Right.
we talk about the Academy Awards that just took place. Well, at least in our case, it took place a couple nights ago. So we are going to share
Right.
our thoughts on the 90th Academy Awards. Yeah, boy, 90 years have come and gone.
Right.
In addition to that, we'll also talk about the winners, or at least the nominated films and actors and actresses and cast and crew who won for the respective awards. And for the major ones, we'll just share our thoughts on just what we thought about it, what we thought about their wins. Was it worth it? Did they really deserve the wins? And just overall what we thought about the event.
Right.
But before we do that, just a couple of things. Just a little preamble here. I see Disney cranking that trailer machine, by they just putting
Right.
out like trailer after trailer. Case in point, during Sunday night's recording, broadcast I should say, of the Academy Awards, they dropped a trailer. Well, actually, the first trailer for Mary Poppins Returns.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, starring Emily Blunt of all people. I was like, wait,
Right.
Emily Blunt? What? Okay.
Well, I knew this was old news, but I didn't see the trailer until then. We just saw a picture. It was looking kind of cool at the time, and that was about it, I think.
Yeah. But I saw it. I thought it was, well, I watched it on the Sunday night, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I wouldn't call myself the biggest fan of Mary Poppins. Reason
Yeah.
being, admittedly, I haven't watched the entirety of that movie yet. I know sooner, but I will eventually. I don't know. It's just like me and Disney movies have like this real rocky history. Like I know there's like fans, people that just love the old films now, but like for me
Right.
it's just like I more love the 90s and 2000s Disney films, but the stuff like from the 60s and 50s and 70s I just never got into. So I
Uh.
seen this thing and I'm like, well, all right, well, Disney trying to do the whole revival thing, when in this case it's like a reboot or soft reboot kind of. But in
Right.
my head, I asked myself, but why Mary Poppins? So like that movie came out like back in the '60s. So what's the point of this? But it's Disney, so I trust them. So I know it's gonna be a great product anyhow you take it.
Right.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the trailer? Or it just kind of came and went
Yeah.
for you?
Not particularly special. I again not a big fan of the original Poppins. It was interesting. Again, you get the technical at the time. It was really impressive technically.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I was never a big fan of the character, never really give a shit about the whole um, flying umbrella thing.
Yeah,
And
which was
yeah,
which
the
was
only time
parody to death since that movie came out.
sorry?
Which was parody to death since that movie came out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And well, the only time you know, the joke become relevant is because of you undo, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's it. I mean, when it come, it'll come. Right? I can't say I'm emotionally attached to this one.
Yeah. And I just wondering if this is like Disney's new like plan for this year. So we putting out the MCU and the Star Wars stuff early, like
Right.
within the summer and stuff, and like for Christmas we're gonna go full nostalgia. So along with Mary Poppins Returns, we're gonna hit you with Christopher Robin, which the trailer of which actually came
Yeah.
out about a few minutes before we met up online here via
Right.
Skype. This one caught me completely by surprise. I didn't even know this was a reality. I looked at the trailer, I see Ewan McGregor is playing Christopher Robin, an
Right.
older version of him, of course, much grown up. He has a family and stuff, and yeah, we do see Winnie the Pooh, and I'm not even gonna use this time here to talk about the character design of Pooh. I mean, Pooh looks exactly how I expect it to be, like an
Right.
actual teddy bear come to life. Like it's no
Right.
Paddington, but it looks the way how it's supposed to. But I'm
Right.
not even gonna waste time to talk about. Well, it doesn't look the way how it's supposed to in the cartoons and shit. Like I don't have time for
Right.
that. But it looks good. But once again, it's like these nostalgia pieces again though. Like what you know we come on this.
Well, in the case of Winnie the Pooh, because they had the animated movie that came out a while back. I forget
Yeah.
which. I know.
I think it was a few years
2012?
ago. I funny thing is I never seen it, and I
Yeah,
actually love Winnie the Pooh, like
yeah,
the
yeah.
TV
I
series. I
was
grew up on
a
that.
big fan of the animated series in the
Yeah.
90s, I think.
Me too, me too. But I just
Yeah,
never got around to watching the movie or
yeah,
even
yeah.
that Tigger movie. Actually, I know there was a Tigger movie, but I never watched
Right.
it. Yeah.
No, I saw the animated movie. Yeah, that was great. Thought it was like next to perfect. Yeah, this one gonna be like basically Toy Story but older.
Right.
Like, is the idea of well, what's happening when you grow up and you're moving on, and what are you gonna do with it? I admittedly didn't see the trailer just yet at the time I was recording, but yeah, I expect this one to be good and work. Again, I am emotionally attached to this. I'd like to see what they do with it, how they make it work. But again, if it gonna do the same level of spirit as Paddington, then yeah, hype for this one.
Right. Okay. So now we're finally gonna jump into the Academy Awards. But before we get to the nominees themselves, I'll just talk about the ceremony itself. With Jimmy Kimmel hosting and stuff, I thought that as a host he did a decent job. Like he didn't blow my way. I don't know. Like I just never really find myself saying, well, this one host was bad. Unless you talk about like the jokes he's cracking and whatnot. I thought that joke wise he had a lot of hits. He had a few misses, especially around the beginning. He had a few misses. I spotted them. But I thought that he was okay.
Right.
Well, I like the moment where he brought in the whole Price is Right segment, where basically it's like
Helen Mirror. Yeah.
yeah, where basically it's like if you deliver the shortest acceptance speech, you will win. You'll automatically win a jet ski.
Right.
But other than that, though, I mean, his him being the MC, I mean, I have no problems with that. There were lots of like, special presenters basically. Like I saw Rita Moreno, I saw Eva Marie Saint, and I was like, wait, she's still alive. Who else we saw?
Yeah.
We saw Jane Fonda actually.
Right.
And last but not least, we also saw the dynamic duo Bonnie and Clyde themselves for the
Yeah.
second time in a row. Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway.
Yeah.
And I like that the Academy brought them back in, so it's like a kind of Steve Harvey example kind of thing, where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, if God forbid you guys do pass away, the last memory we want of you guys in terms of pop culture is flubbing the awards last year. You know what I mean? So at
Yeah.
least we bring it back, or they redeem ourselves, or they had a little fun, or it was laughing and smirking. We get okay, it was fine. So, Ricardo, any thoughts on the overall ceremony, apart from who won and stuff? I'm just talking about the ceremony itself. Like, any thoughts on it?
Yeah. Overall, boring show. Actually,
I'd actually admit to it. It was kind of, it was, compared to last year and a couple other
yeah,
years,
but
I admit,
yeah, it was
just,
pretty.
it's just,
Nothing about it was that
really.
interesting. Almost everything was pretty predictable in terms of all the wins, except I mean, the only kind of surprise was John Peel's win.
Yeah, which we will get to in a bit, don't worry.
Right.
One thing before I forget, though, them montages, way. There's one
Right.
particular montage for celebrating 90 years of of movies that I thought
Yeah.
was just goddamn impressive, though. I really love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the little segments for like best supporting actor, actress, all that stuff. The little montage that they had in between. I thought those were well handled as well. But I do agree with you, Ricardo. It was just kind of by the numbers for me. I was just like, well, all right. Gal Gadot is there. Guillermo del Toro is there. They went
Right.
to some cinema while people trying to watch freaking A Wrinkle in Time. It's like, hey, we gotta
Right.
stop the show. And it's like, hey guys, look at us. Let's shoot hot
Right.
dogs and stuff like that. Like, and I don't know about you, Ricardo. Maybe you thought the same thing, but to me, I was like the whole ceremony just stopped for this. Like, it just literally came to a abrupt halt just to do this now. And I'm like, why, Joe?
Right.
This is VMA kind of shit, Joe. Like, you don't do that, you know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it does
continue about
boring.
the ceremony, about your thoughts.
Yeah, no, as I said, most of it fell flat because I watched it and alongside Corey Coleman's live stream.
Oh yeah, I was watching bits and pieces of it, but here's for some reason when I was watching it was like about a minute or 2 minutes before. Like when I was watching it on TV, it was 2 minutes faster than
Well, no, they
Corey's
couldn't,
live
they
stream.
couldn't do it live.
Okay,
So
well, derp.
they
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, this was just a by the numbers thing. Everything again, all the wins was predictable wins. It was kind of out in the open. Nothing that was interesting. Like look, Del Toro he's the last of the three amigos to not get awards, so they give him that, and he get two.
yeah,
Uh, And yeah, I was just a little underwhelmed with all the things. I think the only issue was yeah, my only issue was that I wasn't really feeling Shape of Water's best film, but that just me.
Yeah, we'll
And
talk
but I
about that.
still
Yeah.
understand how it went. However,
Yeah. Well, finally, before we get to nominees, the performances. I thought the performances were good.
right,
Okay. Mary J. Blige killed it in my opinion, but I mean,
right,
it's Mary J. Blige. Come on. I thought that the song from Marshall, Which Common, I forgot that lady's name. I thought that performance was pretty good, but this is the
right,
first time I actually heard the song, so like, okay, well, all right, it's Common doing his thing, you know. But to me, the performance that really stood out the most was the one for that song from The Greatest Showman. First time I actually heard the song because I kind of avoided the movie. But I thought that performance was pretty
right.
decent as well. Second place comes to Coco. I remember when they mentioned Miguel's name, and I was like, okay, Miguel something, all right. Well, some Spanish dude, and then I realized it's freaking Miguel.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, Miguel,
Miguel,
yeah,
the
yeah,
R&B star. Like what? Okay, all right.
right,
And
yeah,
I thought that performance was decent. Performances
right.
overall were
But
decent.
for me, well, I actually sat down to watch Call Me by Your Name before the awards.
Okay,
Uh,
and what do you think about the movie?
Sufjan, right? Sufjan Stevens, his song stood out now. So and his performance was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, I really, really dug it. I actually like this song a bit more now. Like, that kind of quiet acoustic style, but I
Yeah,
guess that's
yeah,
the point of it. And when
yeah,
you think about the lyrics and the melody, it's really nice though, really heartfelt, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, but what you thought about
And
the
yeah, yeah,
movie
because
though?
and it, well, in contrast to the film, it worked a lot well, and well, the film was pretty good. So
Yeah,
so they made that work with it, and that was about it. Again, this awards nothing really stood out for me overall. It's just they had a bunch of bits that we see before. Like okay, we see Alan do this before, and we see things, and even Jimmy kind of repeat himself a lot.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah, that was about it. I mean, the only person who was interesting. What do I call him? Christopher Walken.
Right. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he was alright. He was kind of interesting, and yeah, that's about it. It's like people talking about him.
yeah.
Well, the only big thing in the night is when Frances McDowell she talked about the idea of oh gosh when she talked about the contract thing now, which is
Yeah.
basically again I'm probably misrepresenting it, but it's basically um affirmative action for Hollywood now.
Right, right, right. And I remember she said that the two words thing, and I think like me and
Yeah,
a bunch of other
I
people,
think she mentioned by
yeah, kind of had to go to Google and be like,
inclusion rider,
right, inclusion. What? Sorry.
inclusion rider.
Right. And I don't know, I think it was me and some other people around the world was like, okay, what the hell is that? All right, let me go up on Google
Right,
and find
yeah,
out what
but
it is.
basically from what I understand, it's basically if I understand again I might be misrepresented, but it comes across that if I understand it's because basically affirmative action in Hollywood. So it's to make sure it's a kind of clause to make sure you hire certain types of people
Okay,
and
so it is shows that they always get jobs in. You don't have to
right,
go
right.
out
It's that
and literally
basically
search for
it's
them.
stipulations in contracts.
Right. Okay. Well, yes. Another. I can't really say they stood out the most to me, but as far as presentations go, I thought that Tiffany Haddish brought
Right.
some nice blackness, some black humor into it.
Yeah, she's funny.
Pretty much outshining Maya Rudolph in my opinion.
Right. No, that was a great bit. And then somebody made a really great joke after the fact to say, that awkward moment when you're gonna get mushroom omelette later that night. Now they show my Rudolph, and then they cut to she husband, well, my boy now, PTA.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty funny. And, well, it kind of have a kind of deeper joke meaning because she's dressed up like a lot like the famous artist Marina Abramovich now.
Oh.
So
Okay. Okay.
there was a little in joke there.
Right.
Yeah, and this award was really nothing to talk about. It really fell
Yeah,
flat
true,
with
true,
the
true.
overall.
I was gonna
Uh,
mention also too with Jodie Foster and Jennifer Lawrence. People was like,
right,
okay, what happened to Jodie's leg, and is J Law
right,
that tall though? I was like, wow,
right.
she like, cause I know Jodie Foster is like 5 foot something, but I didn't know cause like comparing comparison really
Yeah,
yeah,
Jennifer
J Law
Lawrence,
is
I
like
think it's
really
five
tall though.
nine or something.
Like, jeez, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So all that aside, let's just jump into the actual winners and stuff, right? So,
Yeah,
best supporting actor, the first award given. Of course, we picked it. Sam Rockwell for Three Billboards Outside Ebbing,
right.
Missouri. I was
All that.
glad for that. I called that out. I'm glad he won. I just seeing him earn that though. Sorry, seeing him win that though. It made me smile. I was glad for him. First win, first Oscar he ever received. Best makeup and hairstyling, Darkest Hour, duh, call that out too.
Right.
Best costume design, this is kind of funny. Phantom
Yeah,
Thread.
Phantom Thread.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
not
well,
surprised.
well, I guess it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, it's about clothes, so why not,
Yeah.
right? Unfortunately though, well, I know you probably felt it. That was the only award that Phantom Thread won though, or the only Oscar
Yeah,
that
yeah,
won.
and
Dread.
again, I'm not that surprised because I couldn't see what else it could have won other than that and maybe director, but that was about it.
Yeah, what about best actor or best supporting
Nah,
actress?
I couldn't like I liked you know taking
Di-
that, but
right,
I
Diane
didn't see them
Gillis.
winning. Like I liked everything else in that, but I couldn't see them winning over it. Now again, it's predictable who's gonna win in terms of best now. So like I really like we call she the girl who was the sister now, but
Yeah,
she
Leslie Manville. Yeah.
right, but she compared to Alison Janney, nope, Alison Janney's going to win.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Same thing with director. Like again, PTA could have won, and I would like them to have won, but again, compared to Guillermo, nope, not gonna win.
Yeah.
Uh, and well, best film itself, I suppose maybe, but yeah, I couldn't see it. Well, Shape of Water, I think was close to the best in that category. Like I'd have put Call Me by Your Name above that and Phantom Job above it, but again, not
Yeah.
surprised.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get there. Best documentary feature. One
Right,
that I haven't seen, but now that I actually do want to see it. Icarus.
right, yeah,
Yeah. The only one that I saw in that category was Strong Island, which I thought was pretty good, but
right,
I wasn't really expecting that to win best documentary feature, to be honest.
right.
Best sound editing and sound mixing, of course, went to Dunkirk. I call
Yeah,
that.
not surprised.
I saw some people kind of was arguing, well, Baby Driver should have won, but Baby Driver
Yeah,
because it relied so much on its soundtrack to
music,
sell, the music now,
exactly.
to sell
Yeah.
the flow of the story. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, you
speaking of
gotta do that. Bye
yeah,
bye don't count as song editing.
yeah, and speaking of that, best editing went to Dunkirk. You know,
Right. Not
and
surprised again.
not surprised again. And people once again will be like, Baby Driver did that editing so in
No, look, Baby Driver was
editing and
nice and
stuff,
stylish,
but yeah.
Baby Driver was nice and stylish, but what Dunkirk did was like on a whole other level now.
Yes, exactly. Like it's three narratives basically, but it's
Exactly.
built within the same event now. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
just the thought process behind that, and making it flow and work now, even if you might pick up on it the first viewing. But yeah, that's admirable, man.
Right.
Best production design, The Shape of Water. I was
Right.
honestly rooted for Blade Runner 2049.
Right.
But I'm
Me too.
glad that Shape of Water won because yeah, just from the visual aesthetic, the looks, the
Right.
designs,
Again,
all that
the
stuff.
thing with Shape of Water is that it's my only issue with Shape of Water is the actual narrative itself, but everything else about Shape of Water is great.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I
That's
can't
the
really,
thing.
like I'm not complaining now.
Yeah.
I can't be mad at any of this now. So it's
That
like
that's the thing, yeah. Best foreign language film, one that
when I saw it,
yeah, I had a choice between A Fantastic Woman or Loveless, but I picked Loveless. Should
right.
have picked A
Nah,
Fantastic
fantastic one.
Woman, but yeah, that one much deserved. Well, I haven't seen it, but I heard it was really great. Well, I
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
you
that's
saw it.
that's the one I saw. So it's like I knew, and I guess expected it too. As I say, Chile kind of have the international films on lock for a while now.
Right,
Um, so yeah, I was like, all right, cool.
cool.
I'm not surprised.
Right. If you guys are hearing rain, that's because it's March and we're supposed to be having a dry season, so now we're having rain and sun. So I don't know. We just having this like really funny weather down here in Trinidad for like the past week or so. I'm not too sure what's going on here. But anyway, moving along. Best supporting actress, like we said before, Alison Janney for I, Tonya.
Yeah,
Well deserved. I thought that her
yeah,
performance was brilliant. Her character was so detestable, but you just love seeing her on screen, though. And she just stood out a lot to me. Well, I mean, her and Margot Robbie, of course, shown in this film, but yeah, Alison Janney for the win. I'm really glad that she
right.
won. We could argue for days about whether Mary J. Blige should have won for Mudbound, but I was like,
Yeah.
well, not
Not
really,
over
not
Alice.
so much.
Like Mary J. was pretty good, eh?
She
But
was, but
not over Alice. Like Mary J. wasn't. She didn't have the presence, in my opinion, but she was good.
that's the thing. Yeah, she just needed that. It's almost to the point that if she didn't have that song in the very end, you would have been like, oh yeah, right, Mary J. Blige was in that movie. Oh right,
Exactly.
yeah, right.
I think, but you got the only person I put above that I would contend with, I would think was the sister.
Or
From
Leslie Manville from Final
yes,
Trend.
my right, exactly. That's the
Yeah,
only person I had, but not Mary J.
yeah. And not Laurie Metcalf, sorry, from Lady Bird, no offense.
Nah,
And or Octavia Spencer from Shape of Water, no offense.
nah, nah.
And speaking of Lady Bird, oh boy, that movie that everybody loved and praised and said it was the best movie of the year didn't win shit.
Well, yeah, I ain't
at
surprised.
the awards. Not
Again,
surprised.
you say on no level, at no point the movie appealed to me as anything great or anything like that. Again, compared to every other movie I see this year, that got nominated, it's like, yeah, this isn't even close to anything. And it's like so beneath all these other movies, in my opinion.
You know?
I really was like confused as to why this movie even get nominated at all.
Yeah, like you had your art film in the former Call Me By Your Name. You had the
No,
mainstream
but
stuff with Shape
Call
of
Me By
Water,
Your Name,
Dunkirk. And this one,
like,
like Lady Bird, was like the indie film, like that little indie
right.
darling, you know.
But I think Call Me By Your Name, even, like I didn't think it's that much of an art film. I just thought it was such a strong character piece when all was said and done.
Yeah, but the
I was like,
style
oh,
of it
this was
was
yeah,
rather artsy in my opinion. The style of it.
well, yeah, a little bit, but I didn't even get that because it didn't feel too pretentious. It was a solid character piece.
Right. Yeah.
But Lady Bird was like, really? Lady Bird
I
was
know,
just so
right?
normal.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was normal. It was nothing really distinct
Whatever.
about it. Anyway, moving along. Best animated short, as I called, Dear
Right.
Basketball. It's great. It's
Yeah.
out right now. Just do a Google
Right.
search for it. You'll love it. I'm glad that Kobe
Yeah.
Bryant
Kobe won an
actually
Oscar.
won an
Wow.
Oscar though. Like imagine that from basketball to winning an Oscar. So take that,
You know,
Michael Jordan, and
you know,
Space Jam.
don't crack me up. Yeah, the same about the Oscars as Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, boy. like think about that for a minute. Just think about that
You know?
for a bit. Yeah. Best animated feature. Not surprised again.
Yeah.
Coco.
Coco. I kind of wanted Love and Vincent to win, but yeah, Coco.
But have you seen Love and Vincent?
Yeah.
How is it like in
Right. Again,
general?
it just from sheer technique, it's very good. But yeah, the story is kind of flat and didn't really go anywhere. But to me, from sheer technique, it could I guess some John. It was
Right.
just so impressive on that level.
Is it a biopic or is it just a story about?
No, it's a story. It's about a fella have to solve a problem involving the paintings of Vincent
Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Right.
And the big technical strength of the film is that holy shit, they paint a movie.
Yeah.
That's why all of the frames was painted.
Yeah. It reminds me of this movie that Richard Linklater did. Week in Life.
Right, yeah.
Great
yeah.
film in my opinion. I really need to
Yeah.
rewatch that. And to extent, A Scanner Darkly, that one film that I kind of
Right,
skipped
yeah,
because
yeah.
I hear it
That's
was like real pretentious.
But it's a totally different approach you take. So it's like, well,
Oh, okay, right. Yeah. Best visual effects, not surprised. Blade Runner 2049. I called
right,
it.
yeah.
I love
Well,
the
this is
visuals for this. Glad that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 got nominated. And I mean, the visuals for that were
it's
crazy.
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Star Wars, of course, obvious. But War for the Planet of the Apes, I know this is one that people would have more
A lot of
rooted
people,
for.
yeah, a lot of people
Yeah.
supported that.
Yeah, but of course,
mean-
Blade Runner 2049, just them visuals, the decor, and just how everything looked.
Yeah,
I
everything
felt
that looked
deserved.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. Best documentary short subject. Heaven is a traffic jam on the 405.
Right.
With
I
that
did not-
title alone, I want to see this. I don't know
Yeah.
how, but I want to see it.
Right, I'll look it up.
Yeah, I haven't seen any one of these. Well, I don't know if there's a rule that because I know their basketball was online before. Well, it won the award. So
Right.
I just kind of always think that okay, whether you win or not, at least you could put them out on Vimeo or on YouTube for people to
Right.
see now. You know what I mean? Or is it that Oscar is like the last stand and you can't submit it any other place, or you can't upload it to any other platform? But I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm not too sure, but I would love to see it one day. Best live action short film goes to The Silent Child. Haven't seen any
Right.
one of
I didn't
these,
see that.
but yeah. Best adapted screenplay, Call Me by Your Name. This
Right.
one actually
Not
surprised me because I'd confess I was actually rooting for Logan though. I know
Nah.
it's a fast stretch. I understand, but
Now, Call Me
I
by Your
did
Name.
not expect Call Me by Your Name in my opinion.
I Call Me by Your Name was the last of the nominated films I saw, and I kind of regretted that because yeah, Call Me by Your Name was simply excellent.
Yeah, especially with the characterization though. That's
But
what's
yeah,
the most
fantastic, and it seemed like a fantastic translation of the book now. Like much better than Mudbound, much better than anything else I saw for the year. It's
Right.
easily one of the better movies for the year for me.
Right. Best original screenplay. Now this to me, I'm saying it right now, is the biggest win of the awards in my opinion.
Right.
This one caught me completely by surprise because I was honestly rooted for Three Billboards, and then I heard Get Out, and I was
Yeah, I was
like,
shocked.
yes.
Yeah, I was shocked. I didn't
yes.
expect it to. Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan Peele, the only black man, well, right, in like historically, the first black man to win for best original
Yeah.
screenplay.
Yeah.
But also the only African American to win for the awards. You know, that's just in the full context of things. But for the mere fact that this is your debut feature film, this is your debut feature length screenplay, and you win for that. And when you think about it, it is quite original, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It totally deserves it. And I just like the
yeah.
fact that, well, it's a kind of horror sci-fi that gets through. It's like,
Yes,
well,
exactly. Yeah. And like he mentioned it in the well, you could tell from the film itself and from the acceptance speech is like, well, this man was really passionate about this story. It like it was something that at times he felt it was something that a story that should not be told, but he was like he just went in brave and
right.
just delivered this, and look what it got him. So this to me is like the biggest win of the whole night. I am so
Yeah.
glad about this. I'm so
I was
proud
shocked
about
at this as
this. I'm
well.
really glad. You were shocked, you say?
Yeah. This is the only kind of surprise for me for
Yeah,
the
me
night. I
too.
really
Yeah,
didn't think
yeah.
he would have win. And because he had a lot of shenanigans going on, before now, in terms of people who choose and what and what not. But yeah, it's a good call.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Really great glad for him.
Yeah, and I hope this means that we're gonna get more great movies from Jordan Peele. We're not gonna get
Yeah.
Keanu again.
Right.
I just hope
Yeah,
he just
that's the
keep
thing. Yeah,
on
I
making
was
more
like, when he did
thought-provoking
piano, I
films.
was really disappointed in that. I was like, yeah, this was a mess. Hated it.
Yeah,
Um, it didn't work at all. But just I was glad to see he pick up and do a solid. He have a bunch of great ideas anyway in the workings now. So yeah,
yes.
I really hope is the beginning of something great with him.
Yeah.
That's all.
I can't remember what his next project is gonna be. I don't know if it's an adaptation or something, or
Right.
it's
I know
something
you
dealing with
wanted
race
to. I
again.
was hearing that you wanted to bring back Twilight Zone.
Yes, right. Something like that. But yeah, I
Right.
heard that too. Yeah.
Which is interesting. But the thing is, as I say, all these sci-fi things you have to do and know how to like modify it for modern audiences and make it work. I.e., a little bit of social justice you had to sprinkle in there now. And one of the reasons why Get Out worked is because it focused on these ideas.
Yeah.
A lot of controversial ideas that people won't touch with a 10-foot pole. He did it and he did it reasonably well.
Right.
All these
Totally agree.
subtext is what made Get Out work. It wasn't the central concept of switching your brain with somebody else's brain, right? That
Yeah.
is not
Yeah.
teach you.
But
And that's why a lot of it really, really worked.
totally agree. But in the subject of Twilight Zone, if he were to do it, I hope that they don't do what the '80s Twilight Zone did, which is take popular episodes from the 1959
Right.
series and just modernize
Right.
it. That's
Yeah,
lazy.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The sad part is that a lot of people, Hollywood, unfortunately, is like notoriously lazy when it comes to like modernizing and bringing stuff up to our modern time and like just taking the ideas to a good logical space instead of
Yes.
just doing the same old bullshit, Orville.
Oh
And
boy.
yeah, and that's one of the things you have to do with that. Especially with science fiction. Science fiction, look, the average audience member is a lot smarter in terms of imagination. So either you have to come good with the spectacle, right? And don't do anything that interesting, so you get something like Avatar or maybe the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or you take the concepts in an interesting and fascinating place now. And yeah, we nerds kind of getting brighter in that sense. It's not just the same old bullshit now. You gotta come good. Either you take the more introspective social justice direction, or you take the conceptual direction and make things interesting in that way. But you can't do neither. You have to do either one or both.
Right.
And that's the thing. I hope John Peel gives us both. He's a bright mind. He really knows it. He's a big goddamn nerd anyway. He knows a lot of cosmology and science anyway. So cool. Again, I'm really, really glad to see that got through.
Me too. And I just hope that he continues to deliver more great films. And I expect him to be the next Spike Lee. You know what I mean? But just continue,
nothing like that.
continue giving us solid
You
work.
can't do. You see, with social justice stuff, you can't do the chip on your shoulder black man bullshit anymore. Them days done.
Yeah,
right?
totally agree. Yeah.
The angry black man thing. Them days done.
Yeah,
You can't do that. You have to know what it is about in a really, really subtle and insidious way, make it work now. Because speaking of that, just a slight tangent. Ryan Coogler, I think his next project is touching up on that, moral paradigm, which I think he's talking about the whole that big exam cheating scandal, I think in Atlanta.
Okay, not too familiar with that, but I'll
Right,
I'll look it
that
up.
was some years ago,
All right.
and I'd really love to see what he's going to do with that, because from it's a project that you think some like it's the way how the story played out, it really came across like the racists and the usual regressive types
Yeah.
jumped on it. It's like, you see, look, they couldn't get through if it wasn't for cheating or something like that. And I really wanted to see how that's what I like about Coogler and people like Jordan Peele. They get into the moral scenario
Yes.
right? Those moral conditions to make people behave in a certain way, especially
Right.
when it comes to black experience in the United States now.
Yeah.
And
Instead of
I would
just
like
it
to
just
see.
instead of just being simple and saying it's because I'm black and it's because you're white and
Right,
yeah.
right. And I would really love to see what they're doing with these ideas. That's why I had to do with it.
Right.
Somebody made another joke about that. Like, if they want to make a kaiju movie in America, what would the subtext be? Right?
Oh, well,
Especially a
Colossal
kaiju.
tried something like that. Although I wasn't blown away by Colossal, but they at least they tried something with kaiju
Right. With the
format.
Colossal is one, but we're talking about just the idea of a general kaiju movie, just
Oh,
a
oh,
monster
okay,
attacking. You can't do anything about it. What are
right.
you gonna do? And it's not some sci-fi bullshit experience. It had to be a subtext. So, something like what Godzilla was to the bomb. What is it for black people in the United States? Is it gonna
Ah,
be Hurricane Katrina? Is it gonna be gentrification? What you could do something like that now. And that's where I think the direction the storytelling should go.
yeah.
Uh, really touching upon these issues and just making sure, sorry, I think good art needs to like create a conversation now. Say we
Well,
want about
yeah,
Black
that's the
Panther,
point. Yeah.
say we want about Black Panther, it did create healthy discussion involving the black experience,
Yeah.
worldwide. Black Panther is Disney Marvel Cinematic Universe popcorn movie, but it did bring up questions, especially for younger people, because
Yes. Yes. It
the
did.
earlier you have the conversation, the more important, and you get to the right answers faster.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right. But
next.
good points though. But I do see Jordan Peele doing a kaiju, a modern kaiju film like that.
Yeah,
That would be
I
that
made
would be
that joke
solid.
already. I said, like, if you're doing a kaiju movie, either it had to do one of the two things. Either had to be something along the lines of Hurricane Katrina, or just general disaster issues in the United States, or something as insidious that very few people talking about, which is gentrification,
Yes.
right? Something slow and meticulous and insidious. I keep using the word insidious because yes, it happens a lot. Uh,
Right.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just my take. Anyway, next one.
Okay, so next one, next big win for me, Roger A. Deakins, by best
Yeah.
cinematography for Blade Runner 2049.
Goddamn fine.
13 times as much. Well, this is like, I think it's like 13 times he's been snubbed in the awards, and he finally win. You know what I mean? Sicario, he could have won. Revenant, he could have won. But finally for Blade Runner 2049, which is much
Right.
deserved because I love them
Right.
visuals. I loved them visuals, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I like that he came in, he came up to the podium all humble, and it's like, well, yes, I make it, you know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
real glad for him. I'm real proud that he made it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I happy for that as well. Yeah, it's one of those finally things. It's kind of like Scorsese. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
This
Yeah.
one was a little bit of favoritism because I was rooted for Johnny Greenwood for best original score, but they gave
Right.
it to my next boy, Alexandre Desplat, who did the excellent score for The Shape of Water. I loved
Right.
how whimsical and how magical and dreamy
Yeah.
the music was. It
Again,
worked.
Shape of Water is one of those things that I don't mind. Like, it's not my personal favorite, but I get why it win. You totally
Yeah.
understand why it would win. And usually that's how Oscars is voted. Remember, I think it does go it does do not first past the post, but it does do. I forget the type of elections where if your favorites don't win, your votes would go towards the second now. So I get the feeling that Shape of Water was a lot of people's second.
Right.
So when it comes to the voting now, so that's why. None of Shape of Water was like bad or a mess or anything like that. It's just the actual story itself and where the characterization was let me down a little bit, but it was still
Yeah.
fine. It's totally Oscar worthy in my opinion. So
Yeah.
none of this is like a complaint.
Well,
It's fine.
that's what I want to talk about at the very end here. So let's just run through the others. Best original song, "Remember Me" from Coco.
Right.
Derp. No offense to Mary
Right.
J.
Not my personal
Blige.
favorite,
No
but I
offense
understand why
to
it won.
Sufjan
I
Stevens.
actually would have given Sufjan Stevens that song. I find he had the best song for the year for me.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
Personally, because it fit, and especially within Call Me by Your Name, it fits so well now in
Yeah.
the world
Yeah.
building and the context of the film now. So yeah, I would give Sufjan Stevens. It's such
What-
excellent. I didn't expect it to be so good.
What I'd say though is that song itself, "Mystery of Love," is like if you were to make a music video based off that song, like that song itself kind of encapsulates the whole movie. While
Yeah.
admittedly, "Remember Me" is just like, well, this is just a team. This is a part of the movie. But
Right.
it's not the whole movie. The whole movie
Right.
is not about "Remember Me." There's more to it than that. But "Mystery of Love" kind of sums up what "Call Me by Your Name" is about. So
Yeah, exactly.
I do understand where you're coming from, Ricardo.
Yeah.
Best director, one that caught
Right.
me a little off guard too. But I was telling myself, I have a feeling they'll give it to him, because
No,
the way
not
how
surprised.
that cameraman was just zeroing
Yes.
on Del Toro a lot.
Not
Yeah,
surprised.
Del Toro for The Shape of Water, man.
Yeah,
I
no,
knew
the last
Nolan wasn't gonna
no,
win.
this one I wasn't surprised at all. Is the last of the Three Amigos?
Yeah.
He had to Like I'd seen him not getting it. Personally, I don't want PTA to get his quit.
I was thinking the same thing too, to be
Right.
honest. Yeah.
I want
Not
PTA to get.
Nolan, even though Nolan's my boy, but it's like
Nah,
nah.
it's only
Nolan ain't reached that level yet. He ain't reached that
right.
level.
Nah, for me, it was either between you know, Del Toro or PTA. That's
Yeah.
it. Everybody else was whatever. Like, look,
Right.
I like John Peel, but nah, he ain't getting.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
You had to climb a little bit more.
a little
You had
more.
to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
some more. You had to do like Spike Lee, Jedi, really put out the big hits, Jedi. Once you reach
yeah,
that
yeah.
Malcolm X level,
Right.
right, pops. What I would say though, on Best Director, I love when Emma Stone came in and she said these four men and Greta Gerwig. And everybody was like,
Right.
making noise there.
Yeah,
And I
but
was telling
again, it's
myself,
that kind
well,
of
of
bullshit.
course you're not gonna win, Greta.
Yeah, it's that kind
No
of bullshit.
offense.
Yeah, it's that kind of bullshit talking point again. I wanted to like, roll my eyes at that, and white feminism bullshit because it's like, yeah, but two of the men, one black, one Hispanic. Like, where's your point?
Yeah, I mean Greta
Yeah,
is
well,
fine and everything. I mean she's a great director, and well, again, it's another debut. So yeah, it's just like Jordan Peele. It's your debut film. So come on, you don't really have any clout.
yeah, but
Nolan
you got to
and
go in.
PT
Like,
and
look,
Del Toro, them,
if the
yeah,
movie was well good, I would have been think, but the movie wasn't that good. It was like just get her going, just bring herself up fast. Like, look, I like Shane Francis, and that was about it. Like, I don't understand why this movie was getting nominated for anything as best director. That's kind of bullshit. Sorry. Yeah.
right.
To me, this fella could I get best director. We call him best director nominated. Was Sting nominated for Blade Runner?
You know that's the funny thing. Denis Villeneuve was not nominated for that.
Yeah, he should be nominated.
Now I'm wondering if it's because it's a sci-fi movie, man. So
I find he was really good.
but
He was good as a
that
director.
should have been nominated for best
The
director, man.
script, the
Come
script
on.
wasn't that good, but I thought was great in his directing and the scenes and composition and how it should have move about now.
Yeah, to me, he is the reason why that movie works so well,
Did so well.
in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Best actor, not surprised, but boy, Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour,
Yeah.
called it.
That's
I thought that he was
easy
the
call.
best thing about that movie, in my opinion. I watched over the movie
Yeah.
again. My
Yeah.
dad was watching it, man. He was just like captivated by his role. I
Yeah.
was like, I tell him at the end that like, yeah, he's going to win. He's going to win.
Now, it's a piece for him. Again, he's another person, like, much like with Del Toro and much like with Roger Deakins, I should say. It's high time he goddamn win.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Timothée Chalamet. I thought that he deserved the
Pretty
nomination.
good.
Especially when you think about that last shot. You remember what I
Yeah,
said?
that's great. Like, I understand where people coming from with the last shot.
That's why they pick him. That's why they pick him.
But it just leave it, and it just had him go through all the gamut of emotions in that 3 minutes or so.
That was so brilliant. I love that.
Yeah, really well done. And it's
Yeah.
simple, and it just leave everything out of focus in the back. Simple shot, totally work.
So, Best Actress, of course, not surprised. Frances McDormand, Three Billboards
Yeah.
Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
That's a
If I had a second pick, I guess I would have said Margot Robbie. But
Yeah, me too.
I noticed some people were more siding with Sally Hawkins. They felt like one guy in particular was saying how they felt that she
right.
did more in terms of the acting, while Frances
right.
was just being.
If Sally Hawkins got through over Margot Robbie, and I would have been not surprised or unhappy with that. That she
Right.
was pretty good, I thought, when all was said and done. But yeah, Margot Robbie was my personal favorite for the year. But yeah, Frances McDormand, that'd be my cool.
Yeah, Meryl Streep, well,
Nah.
like, no.
Nah.
Sorry about that.
Nah.
Um,
Meryl is one of those that, look, she was good in it, but that movie, everything about it, I don't know, contextually, it just fell flat, and she wasn't good enough to hold it up now, compared to, Margot Robbie and I, Tonya now.
Yeah. And what's her face? Sure. I keep pronouncing
Right,
her
Saoirse
name wrong.
Ronan,
Ronan for Lady Bird.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
No. Sorry. And of course the big one. Everybody knows who won. Well, I guess you didn't know. Yeah, the Shape of Water won though. And I don't know. Once again, it's because like it was like this weird little manipulation that the awards was doing. It's almost like, well, the way how we kind of talking about the show so much is like, well, yeah, it was so whimsical and so fantastic.
It was right. It
We
was
kind of
an
had
easy
to
choice.
give it. Yeah. Well, everybody else is just like, well, But in my
Well-
opinion, I was really rooting for Three Billboards. I was like telling myself Three
Okay.
Billboards would have win. But if it doesn't come to that point, then the Shape of
Yeah,
Water would have come
I
true.
didn't like I'm gonna admit it, I didn't like True Rewards anywhere near as much as you. But I kind of understand why it would have won. But I still, when you think about it, the script, a lot of it doesn't fall or flow very very well for me overall. My personal favorite was not Shape of Water, but gosh, my brain looping right
Phantom
now.
Thread.
Phantom Thread. Thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I that was my personal favorite film for the year. I would have preferred that to win, but Shape of Water wasn't that bad. Again, it's one of those second most voted kind of things now.
Yeah. Well, now we could kind of jump into because I was thinking about it, and I mean, as a Del Toro fan, I'm really proud. I'm really glad that the man actually won for best director and best
Right.
picture. You could tell he worked to get to that point. I mean, 25 years he's been making films now,
Yeah.
but I don't know. While I still think Pan's Labyrinth is the best thing he ever did in his life, best film, I should say. I don't know, boy. Like Shape of Water could have come close, but that narrative, boy. So
Right.
we could just jump
That's
into
the only
that
thing that
argument that maybe they just kind of felt like, as you say, what the Three Amigos, it's
right.
high time for him to win something. So it's like, well, yeah, hold that. At least
Right.
you give me a nice little fancy movie about a fishman and a woman who was in love with
What
him.
is the old
So
joke? This is the joke we making grinding Nemo.
yeah, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me just hold that. Everything else was a little too grim in my opinion. In our opinion, sorry. So let me just give it to the more to the
But
to the
it's
fancy
happy
film.
to it did a good job without being too pandering. It didn't feel too pandering of catering to the whole social justice, everybody, you know, different lifestyles, different relationship, the black woman, the mute woman, the gay guy, all of them team up against the white guy. As was the
Yeah.
movie. To save
I
the
just felt they could explore those themes a little bit more. Like I
right.
love where Del Toro says in his speech that using his genre of fantasy to touch on modern social issues,
Right.
which is
And
something he's kind of done
because
well started
what the
doing
fi- what
actually
the, what
for
the
a
film
while.
did what the film did quite well was this basically an version of the monster movie. Historically, monster movies, especially like the monster movies, was kind of always a kind of had a kind of implicit racist subtext to it. That's what it always had. So the film inverted that now, completely, and that's why I think it got through. It's kind of like with La La Land. You know, La La Land was it catered to old Hollywood and then inverted it from a subtext standpoint now. That's what it was.
Right.
So you get the best of both worlds as a film. Now. It's both old Hollywood monster film, and then you take that and input it with a romance subplot in a really strange way now.
Yeah.
Um,
You're
and
right.
so it took a lot,
Yeah,
and
and
you
to me,
get to see who's the real monster and who's the good person kind of thing there. And
yeah,
they made it good.
and to me, like I said in my review, I felt that this was the most Americana film that he's ever done before.
Right,
It's
exactly.
about Hollywood. It's about well, not so much about Hollywood, but it's about that life. It's about those times, those belief
Yeah.
systems and everything like that. But just you know, showing it to a modern audience, basically.
The more
But
and more I think about it, I really can't be mad at this film. It good. It's pretty damn good.
it is, it
Uh,
is, it is. Yeah,
So I can really say, oh, it didn't deserve it or it didn't. Nah, at no point. But it's not my favorite. Again, I was saying Ship, Phantom Thread was my personal favorite for the year, in terms of film. But I'd give this one third something. Again, it wasn't like this girl Emma Stone winning last year now, which I thought was just complete bullshit.
okay.
Um, Mostly because she was the worst in the category, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
But this time, this was like I give it second best, third best. So I can't be mad at that. So
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Well, I mean, I can't complain about the win. I wouldn't say that it's one of my all-time favorite movies, but I think this is
Right.
one that has to grow on me a little bit more. Like I need to watch a little bit more, accept Michael Shannon's performance, accept
Right.
the characters and what they do, and accept the fact that we could have gotten a little bit more out of that fish dude, but still, it was what it was. But I think it's that.
Yeah,
I think it's the
I'm a big
final
fan of
shot
Doug
though.
Jones as well, so
Yeah.
that factor in as well.
Yeah, but I think the key ingredient, well, sorry, the secret sauce, now the icing on the cake or the cherry on top was that final shot. I think it's
Yeah,
that final shot alone that just kind of hypnotized people, and it was all like, well, yes, we have to give it to this nice little movie with a fisherman and a woman kissing underneath, underwater, something like that.
but it looked great.
But it looked great. I admit that. That
Yeah,
was
and
a nice final shot.
yeah, as I say, I can't be mad at that. Yeah, and the use of water in the shots was great. Like it looked good. That's why I can't be mad. I'm really not mad at this film in any workable way. So it's like, all right, cool. But it's
Yeah.
not my personal favorite. I'll just be clear about that.
Yeah, but I just wish, like, I don't know, just maybe comparing him to somebody like Spielberg, for example. I wish he could have won for like a much better, more impactful film. Now it's like how Spielberg
Right,
won for Schindler's List, and that's like a flawless movie in my opinion.
right.
But this one, and I don't know, I guess it's because of how today's films are today, in a way. It's easy for somebody to put honest trailers or some review of it where we could nitpick this and that, and you're kind of hoping that the one film that makes it is the most flawless out of all of them. But they're gonna be
Right.
flaws. They're gonna be little hiccups, little mistakes here and there. Now. And yes, I did pick up on them with this movie, The Shape of Water. But still, I can't complain. You know what I mean? It won.
Yeah.
I'm glad for him. That mean he in the A+ club now. So I hope when he see gonna do Pacific Rim too, I hope people are actually serious
No, well,
about it. I don't know, but
now we could get Mountains of Madness done, eh? Remember you're supposed to do that.
that is what again? I can't remember what it was.
It's supposed to be Lovecraft. Yeah,
Right. I know he always kind of dabble
with.
with Lovecraft with his previous stuff now.
Right,
Like
but he's
Devil's
supposed to.
Backbone
He was,
and
he was,
Pan's
he was,
Labyrinth.
he was, clamoring for that for ages, and people was like, well, he's never gonna get out. Now he could go in, anything now and basically, tell them fuck you, and well, now we live in a post Harvey Weinstein, Hollywood, so you don't have no blatant douchebaggery when it comes to controlling projects now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And he have the clout now.
Yeah.
Like who's your person gonna tell him no now?
yeah. All right. So last things last, I will say. Now I know. Well, usually this is applied to actors and stuff, right? Usually when you get an Oscar afterwards, you just kind of wet the bed and do some kind of crappy stuff afterwards. Case in point, like Cuba Gooding Jr. and Nicolas Cage, those guys, where they win the award is like, yeah, they're on top, and then afterwards just make some garbage films and that's it. I hope
Well,
we
yeah,
don't
boy.
get that with Del Toro. I hope that he continues to,
Nah, that
to
won't
make
happen.
more and
He's-
more and more great movies, right? Stuff that's
Right.
better than Shape of Water and Pan's Labyrinth by far.
As I said, I want him to. He should just somebody should just throw some cash at him and say, look, you get to make your Mountains of Madness movie. Because that's the only thing that we gotta see.
Yeah.
Like it could be his Lord of the Rings now.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
Just hope you don't fuck that up.
I hope not too. And last things last. I'm also glad that when you think about the 25 years he's been making films, right, I really love the fact, that he stuck within the genre that he loved, which is fantasy. He may have he did the horror thing, he did the sci-fi
Right.
thing, but it was always about fantasy. He never deviated from that at all. He never made some kind of coming of age drama because that's what's in and that's what will rake up the box at the box office, and that's
Right.
how you'll get an Oscar nomination. The man stuck to what he know, what he love, what he's passionate about, and look at where he reached. You know what I mean? So think about that.
Yeah.
All right. So any last thoughts on the Oscars?
Nah,
Or-
yeah. As I said, what I get the feeling the main reason why this Oscars was so boring and so safe is because of that fuck up from last year. And they were like,
I
"Alright,
love,
fuck with
as I
this."
mentioned that, I love when Del Toro actually look at the envelope.
Yeah,
The signature.
yeah.
That's a classic moment right there. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, I saw that. And they just say, alright, like, just play it safe, like, don't mess us up, just do it. So, from what I understand, it's one of the lower rated Oscars as well, which is not a surprise. Everybody, all the drama before the Oscars happened, so it wasn't like a big deal or a big set of old noise or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a solid Oscars. Nothing to complain about other than, well, it just being kind of boring and straightforward. I don't know what the other guys are host because Jimmy was okay, but I kind of getting fed up with him, frankly.
Me too. To be honest.
So they had to get. I don't know what they had to get. They had to get somebody to shake things up because, like, one of the reasons why I think Jon Stewart hosted a year and he was great. Seth MacFarlane hosted a year, right?
I think so. Yes, he did. He actually
Right.
did like a
You had to
opening
get,
number
you had to
and
get
stuff.
somebody to shake it up, or where call him, that fella from Britain, the first office, the British office guy.
Oh, gosh, I'm forgetting his name, but I know you talk about that
Right.
guy, right?
Yeah. They had to get somebody like that to shake things up. But whatever, is a big part of it is the Me Too movement, and it's a post. I kind of just glad that we live in a post Harvey Weinstein Oscars.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
good. You don't have
Yeah.
no like blatant power manipulation and chicanery. It's more insidious power and manipulation and chicanery instead. So it's not the big broadsword hit today. It's the little knife stabbing you from your back, right? That's about it. I really didn't have really big problems with it, but at the same time I was underwhelmed in that sense. I don't know if they had to do something to shake things up because I suppose their post-mortem of the Oscars, they would have probably, that might be going through their minds as well, hopefully. So we'll see it next year. But yeah, this year was another thing is that this year was such a strong year for film. Anybody winning was no problem.
True,
for me.
true. Yeah.
It wasn't like 2016 where it was like, yeah, you clearly inferior to this person. Why is he even here? Kind of bullshit. But this year was a solid year for me. I didn't have any big major problems, but it wasn't anything to write home about at the same time. A little too safe, but it was still fine.
Yeah. What I would say though is that I don't know. Maybe next year they have to bring in like a black host. Like I remember that year. I think it was like a couple years ago where Chris Rock had hosted, and then
Right,
this was like the year afterwards. He was complaining about how it was just all white nominees. Right. It was a year afterwards. Right.
right,
So
right,
I
right.
know. Well, I know Chris Rock probably doesn't care about them kind of thing anymore. I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe they should
I
bring
don't
in
know
Dave
who.
Chappelle or somebody because he was
Nah,
there.
I suspect if it's anybody, it'll be because there's always good somebody relatively safe. So I suspect it might be even that boy from Daily Show, Trevor Noah or something.
Well, that's not a bad idea, no.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
somebody like you. I suspect that he might get through next year. It won't be a surprise. I mean, even though Daily Show right now kind of sucking, but
Okay.
whatever.
Well, I haven't been following up on that also. Glad that you told
Yeah,
me that. Right.
right. But he's a decent. He could work. I could see him getting through and hosting the Oscars. John Oliver I could live with. That wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, he could, yeah, he could do it. He could do it. He could do it.
Right. I think to see who could go host the Oscars and make it work now. It had to be somebody professional, somebody on point now. But yeah, I could see Trevor Noah getting through.
Right.
Anyway,
But
so that's
rating wise, if I had to give it a rating, I'll give it this.
right.
I'll give this like a 3. I mean, it was what it was. It didn't really
Yeah,
surprise me or wow me, with the exception of Jordan Peele winning. I think that's like the biggest shock for me. Um,
right.
and well, Sheep of Water, like I said, I mean, we glad that we won that film won. But just wish that he could have won for a better film. But you still have
Well,
years to make that true masterpiece. Well, more masterpieces, I should say. Anyhow, so Ricardo, where can we find you online, man?
Ampersat, RMEDDY, that is at RMedi on Twitter. And then you can just type in Ricardo Medina on Facebook, you should find me there.
All right, Twitter, there's Legally Black MGB in capital letters. Also on Facebook, just look for my name, Machibili. If you go on my page right now, you'll probably see like all the Oscar posts I was putting up on that Sunday night. And on the subject of that, I was wondering how come nobody was really doing that. Like people were just more or less waking up Monday morning and just reading stuff and actually
Yeah,
commenting on it. It was
I
real
suspect,
weird though, like how people was responding to it
I
on
was saying,
Facebook.
I don't think a lot of people watch this Oscars. It was
Yeah,
kind of, I understand. If you tell me, like, you pull out the actual statistics and say this is one of the lowest rated Oscars, I wouldn't be surprised.
you know. And it's
Because
not like
nobody
there
was
was
talking
anything
about it.
else to watch. Like I mean, people done kind of turn their back on Walking Dead. Shame, I know. I still support the show, but still, it's like
I
what
love
else
it. I
was
love
there to watch on that Sunday night? Just saying.
Right.
And yeah, also you can look for Legally Black blog, sorry, official fan base where you find the link to this podcast here, as well as the other stuff we've done before, and the Oscar nominees reviews that we've done over the past few weeks or so. I'll leave the links below so you can check them out and let us know what you thought. So yeah, that's about it. So once again, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you listen to this. This was Match Bailey
Ricardo Medina.
and we are signing off from another episode of BS Beats and Bailey. So until the next one, take care. Peace.